what's the, like, we hear 18 months and this and that, and I agree with Hal, 18 months is putting these people, they've been through a lot. So what is the fastest you think, in your opinion, if you get with Hartsville or whatever, DEP, what's the fastest you think we can get this thing pushed through in Plant 2, or whatever you want to call it?
Frankly, I don't wanna sit here and get your hopes up.
No, but
18 months. I mean, that's
Okay,
a
so-
very realistic.
So, you're saying 6 and that,
Well, six,
Well, no,
six
he-
was accounted for the review time by the DEP.
right.
So there's a couple of things that would have to happen. I think when I talked to Ryan, he said it would take about 3 months to engineer it. Here's the key point thing, Union Township would have to go alter their 537 plan, they could do that tomorrow if they wanted to.
Okay.
DEP has to go review it, he put in his schedule 6 months to go do that. I think we could talk to DEP and get them to fast track it and turn it around a lot quicker. And then the other thing is obviously is just to go out and bid bid and build. So can it be done a lot faster than 18? I think it could, and I
Yeah,
would
but-
push for it.
The residents are the ones that suffer.
But can I say
That's-
something
that's the
on
ones
that,
suffer.
Frank? The reason why the option 2 was more favorable was for the residents. Over time, that system, which is option 2, will save the residents more money versus the grinder pump. So when that was all being discussed, that we were thinking of the residents long term. But I understand what you're saying, short term, but long term, we were thinking of the residents.
And there's another benefit to the lift station in that potentially you could put more development into the area, right? So if we could replace the pump, potentially.
Go up the hill.
I mean, instead of having 19 persons, you could have 50 maybe, so.
Yeah.
And I've said this all along down at Loeb's Run, because then they could catch
Piles up on the hill.
towards Mr. Powell's coming all the way down the other side. And what it does, it increases the property value.
I'm with you.
I mean, it's a win-win situation.
And Ms. Cole will tell you that if you had a lift station as opposed to grinder pump, it would increase the property value. And the other thing I would tell you from the residents, when I was at the August 4th meeting, the costs, as they were sort of itemized for the residents, it was like 80,000 for the pump, a couple thousand here, I think they were in $10,000 to $15,000 they have to pay. Here they don't have to pay, I think, 2,500 for the town.
In my understanding, when I was on the board, that the township was gonna supply the grinder pumps and maintain it.
No,
Yeah, they changed their mind, they didn't wanna maintain them, they wanted us, they didn't, because I think they
Well, that must have been after I left.
Yeah.
yeah, they were gonna pay for them, Henry, but they wanted us to maintain them, and then when we said that this board, as you know from being here, we don't maintain grinder pumps, that's when we got switched to option 2, because if we do a lift station, we'll maintain the lift station and the burden's off the citizens, so option 2 was not, it wasn't accidental that we all agreed to go to option 2. We discussed that the delay was worth it for the benefit of these citizens.
Okay, Mr. Lumsden, you had something to say?
Yeah, first of all, you're saying that the attorneys are the only ones that are making money. Well, maybe you ought to talk to Gary Sweat, okay? Because all this was agreed upon with courts, and he changed it, okay? It's his signature. Second thing out of your mouth, you said that well, to go with the project that's planned with your grinder pumps, then you said the better option is the lift station. So what do you want to do?
The lift
Why don't
station,
you let, I got the floor.
okay.
Why don't you ask the people who are sitting here, who live on that road, a grinder pump will never push all that sewage up to the top of the hill. Those grinder pumps will not last at all. And you're talking 25, 30,000 for a grinder pump. They will not last.
I don't know that much, but here's
It's
the
not
thing,
that much.
here's the
Way
thing.
out of line.
If
It's way out of
hold on, if the electricity goes out, so the other
Right.
disadvantage of a
Right.
grinder pump is if the electricity goes out,
I
hold
agree.
on, is that the resident may not be able to flush the toilet for 3 hours until the electricity comes back on. With the lift station, we have backup power and it's seamless, and they can flush the toilet all the time.
If Mr. Kovac was here.
He's here.
He's here.
Oh, how you doing, Rick? We talked about this long ago. I said the best way, I thought, would be a lift station down at Love's Run.
Well, Lowe's Run is pretty far down the hill, isn't it?
Down at the intersection, Love's Run
It's
is
close.
It's
It's close to Gilmore.
maybe what, another
Another couple thousand feet maybe.
Okay, go ahead.
If that.
300 yards? Yeah,
Is it that high?
yeah. But,
But it's out of our range.
you know, and, yes, Mr. Sweat is an attorney, Mr. Lundstrom, and I'm saying, win or lose, you know, the people that lose are the taxpayers, the people that gotta keep using septic systems and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
And in good conscience, myself, I can't vote for anything as long as there's something before the courts.
Okay. I'm sorry. Anyone else on the board have anything they want to say before we make a motion? Or-
Can I just say that,
Go ahead, Paul.
go ahead, Paul.
Go ahead, Paul, you have the floor.